You know what? Happy Sunday to y'all. I really don't even know where to start on this vlog, man. Or let's just go from whatever. We just going off the cuff. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the football team from Nitro yesterday. Them boys played hard. They played disciplined. They was coached very good, and I respect that. So I don't have not a bad word to say about them kids or the coaching staff or nobody. The referees miss calls every now and then. They human. Nothing bad to say about them. But this is where it starts to get ugly for me. I actually blame the people closest to us yesterday. I really been thinking about this. I can't get this shit off my mind. And I really believe anybody that follows me know that I post always highlights and touchdowns and tackles and this, that. Y'all know. Y'all been following me 4 or 5 games, 6 games, whatever. Y'all know how I feel about that. But I actually think that our own people set my grandson up to fail yesterday. They really, and to see them little kids after the game crying their eyes out, which is good to lose in something so they understand that you don't win everything and everybody ain't supposed to get trophies and stuff, but that's a whole nother vlog, I feel like. But I really believe that he was set up to fail. And honestly, 1 or 2 plays went our way right yesterday, we still win that football game. Because we lost 12-0, but it was 6-0 up into the last maybe 2 minutes or so, I guess, in the game. And it was, we was always in the game to win it. But this is what I get. From the beginning yesterday, now all year, they let Ray score a couple touchdowns and then they want to let everybody else get some shine. And that's cool. But yesterday, on the team where it really mattered, now everybody that's seen us play know our plays. They know what we're going to do. They know how many times they're going to utilize them, this, that, and the other. So don't you think Nitro had scouted us and they knew exactly what we was going to do? So yesterday, it was no game plan. I literally watched them feed my grandson to the wolves. And the thing that I respect the most, though, because he built for it. He's built for it. He didn't whimper, whine, cry, nothing. He took it on the chin, and he did all he could do to win that game. Literally. I can remember one play in particular where Ray they handed him the ball, and he may have gained 6 yards, 7 yards on that play. And literally broke 4 tackles in 6 or 7 yards. A day like that all day. But it was nothing in the game plan but hike, here Ray, hike, here Ray, hike, here Ray, hike, here Ray. So you mean to tell me I'm supposed to believe that people coaching football or watch football every day or every weekend, that you don't understand that can't work or that won't work? We ran the double reverse play 1 time yesterday and actually got some positive yardage, I think. May have been twice. They moved Ray to quarterback, where he actually should have been all year, but that's a whole nother thing. We won't even worry about that. Moved him to quarterback, and he broke one for about 20, 25 yards, I think, before they finally caught up with him. And that's breaking tackles to get to the 20, 25 yards down the field. And they finally got him. I thought he might could have broke it for 6, but it didn't. But it was no game plan. I give you even one better. See, I'm a conspiracy theory type of guy. I believe in that. And I really believe that they set Ray up for failure. Basically to say, oh yeah, you can't win it by yourself. You mean to tell me y'all would rather lose to prove a point and watch these kids sit there and boo-hoo and cry to prove a point that he can't win the game by himself? Of course he couldn't win it by himself. It's a team sport. When you playing 1 against 11, basically, how's he supposed to win it? No running back in the history of football could have won it by himself. I don't think we ran. Our little quarterback had a good season this year. Had a few touchdowns. We used to run, all the other games we ran a fake to Ray and a little bootleg with the quarterback. Little Bentley. Did we run that one time yesterday? Once? Had a play where it was almost like a flanker pass in the flat. Shit, we ain't done that none in the good games. Didn't do it last week against South Hills. Didn't think about it this week. That gets Ray and the other players one-on-one. I'll take my chances with him one-on-one against any kid in the state 7 years and under. No, man. This shit just been weighing on my mind ever since the game was over yesterday. And I don't make no excuses for nothing. The last touchdown that Nitro got, Ray missed the tackle. He was the last man to hit him. He missed the tackle for the boy to score on about the 3-yard line, something like that. And he looked over at me and I hollered at him. I said, hey, you know that was you. Can't blame that on nobody else. And he looked at me, he kind of shook his head. And I know he was tired. Anytime your strong safety got 15 to 20 solo tackles in a game, you having a bad day. So where was everybody else at, man? Where was they at? I know after the game, my wife told me they went to the concession stand. And the other kids was coming up to Ray on our team and was trying to talk to him. He didn't have nothing to say to him. Basically, like, he felt, well, what? Y'all just basically hung me out to dry. All game you could hear them saying, y'all got a block for him. You got a block. He needs a block. Anytime they hand you the ball and people already got a hold of your jersey, something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. And I don't blame the kids because I feel like kids gonna do only what they told to do. And some of these kids ain't as talented as my grandson, but they play hard. I don't like it for those kids. I felt real bad for them kids after the game because I know the ones that really left it all out on the field. Every one of them kids came off of that field crying, but my grandson. He didn't shed one tear, not one. And he looked at me, I looked at him, I could tell in his eyes. He wasn't really upset about losing the game. He was frustrated with how they lost. And I know we're going to have a sit down talk about it one day and he'll tell me exactly how he feel. Because he's just kind of like that. But he's kind of reserved. He don't really like go into stuff like that. You have to kind of poke and prod him a little bit to get him to tell you exactly what's going on with him. But I saw him literally play his heart out yesterday with virtually no damn help. Man, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. And I ain't taking nothing away from Nitro. Nothing. Because like I said at the beginning of this, man, them boys played tough, rough, and they was disciplined. And I know what their coach told them all week. If they beat us, number one ain't gonna do it. Hell, everybody in the stands know our plays. We know exactly what, when they line up a certain way, how Ray's gonna run, where he's gonna get the football, what's going on. But I really felt like, man, they set him up for failure yesterday. I tell y'all something else. that I know that many of the people that follow me don't have a clue to know. Do y'all know that my grandson is the only black kid on this football team? The only one. Do you know that some of our coaching staff got fucking rebel flag tattoos and shit? And I've seen them before. They try to cover them up so we don't see them. But I peeped them the first few times I ever met these dudes. In a way, and I'm gonna end it with this, man, because I don't like to down talk kids and stuff, because I don't feel like the kids it's none of their fault. But in a way, I'm dead ass serious about this, and people can take it how they want to. In a way, I'm kind of glad we lost yesterday.